today. A lot of deep passes completed. Seems like the offense might have won.
Yeah, I don't know about wins and losses in practice necessarily, but we got good work in, and that's the thing for us is you know, to go out there and to execute the plays that are called and to, you know, have it turn out the way we want it to turn out, and you always don't get the coverage that you want, and especially early in an offense, you know, you're learning it, and this guy might bust a play here and that play, and the one thing Coach Filippo talked about was eliminating the kind of the one guy, you know, and making sure that everybody's on the same page and that we're executing at a high level, and so we captured that today a little bit, and that's something that we have to build on. It has to be more consistent with who we are. It's not necessarily been the case throughout the spring, but today was a good day for us as far as, you know, probably as most consistent as we've been for a whole practice. So that was good, and we got to build on it though. You know, this day's gone. Now we got to go do it again tomorrow, and that's the key.
Josh, last week, Wilbur Montgomery was talking about the need to get the ball to the backs more. Last year was basically non-existent. I mean, what are you seeing from those guys in terms of adding to the passing game? Yeah,
you know, I think there's huge value when you have guys that can catch it out of the backfield and make plays for you. We had that in Chicago with a guy like Matt Forte, where you get him the ball and he's able to influence the game not only on first and second down, but on third down as well out of the backfield. And so we feel like that's part of what we're doing, even in our first and second down passing. It's, you know, we want to get the ball downfield and get it to our, you know, our receivers, but if it's not there, put it in the hands of the backs and let's stay on schedule. Let's get those guys touches because, you know, in theory they're your best ball carriers. So let's get it in their hands. And so the system has done a good job of including those guys on those downs, and it's something that we'll continue to grow with. Everybody's doing a great job of learning. Duke coming in here as a rookie is really kind of flashing some things and doing some good things, and you just like to see guys play to their skill set, and Sean Drone the same thing. So these guys, you know, they're going to have an influence out of the backfield and where we can put them, and it's a luxury for us as we build our offense to have guys that are dynamic like that can make plays, and Crow and West the same thing. You know, everybody can catch the ball, and everybody's skill set's different. You know, it might not be the prettiest route runner, but if they can catch it, that's all you have to have is somebody that can catch it. Because typically when they're in the check down mode, they're uncovered because, you know, people are downfield. So so that's the idea with those guys, and you know, we're doing a good job of including those guys and you know, getting them involved.
There was a formation a couple times I saw with Duke Johnson and Crowell or Drone in the same backfield. Is that what you're referring to in that part of the offense? The throw formation maybe?
It could be, and also, you know, we got some guys nicked up at receiver, and so there's you know, we got to kind of include people where we can to kind of help out those guys as well. So, you know, it's a mixture.
You've been of everybody wanting you to get back to where you were in Chicago 2 years ago and dig out of Tampa Bay last year. Was there a mental barrier you've had to overcome as this spring season has rolled along in terms of getting Tampa out of your system and getting back to where you were with Chicago?
No, it's not hard to get that out of your system. I was ready for this and you know, ready to move on. My main thing was just physically just healing up, but after that, you know, you turn the page and you move on, and even from Chicago. You learn from all these situations, and I certainly have, and that's what you know, no matter how bad it is in anything in life, you can't just go, oh, I just want to forget it. You have to find the things in there that you can learn from. There's certainly things I learned from last year. You know, as well as things went in Chicago, there's things I learned from there, and but you look forward, every situation is different. Like we talked about, the receivers are different. You know, it's a little bit different system and things like that. But the main thing is understanding the level that you feel like you can play at, and coming in with that kind of focus of this is the standard, this is where we want to be, and that's the thing in 2013, holding on to the things that we did that made us successful, and the things that the attention to detail and the way we approached it, and then just to have the coaches out here that are doing it collectively, you know, that are so on the details and the way that they coach us, that's going to give us a chance to do that. So that's a good thing.
Do you think this is, I know you haven't played it down with these guys yet, but what you know of them on film and stuff, do you think they're the best offensive line you've played with in your career you've got?
Yeah, I would have to say so. I mean, it's you know, it's obviously still early, but to have a guy like Joe Thomas, that's, it's very, not very many guys ever, play with somebody that good. So, to have a guy like that, and Alex and Joel, and then, John Greco's done awesome this spring, and Mr. Schwartz too. I feel like it's a really, really good group, and they're just fun to work with. They're fun. I think I said this before, but they're fun from a football perspective and X and O perspective, because there's things that we do and ways that we call things, especially in pass protections, and sometimes when the quarterback's involved, the line just waits for him to call it, and with our guys, there's like a give and take, because they see the big picture too, and they want to get you protected too, and they want to help put themselves in the best position to get their job done. And so it's fun, the dialogue that we have after plays. Hey, did y'all see this? And it's just impressive, some of the things that, hey, did you see a safety? And these guys are asking me that, and then I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, this, linemen aren't supposed to see that, but these guys are sharp, and so time will tell. But just from this point, it's been fun, and they've been really, really good, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with them.
Josh, you've been the number one guy since you got here. How comfortable are you in that role? And then do you feel like after a whole off season that this is your team, this is your offense?
Yeah, you know what? I don't. It's our team, and that's the way that's the way I view things. That's how I'm comfortable, is when it's our team, and when we're all pulling it together. As far as being the starter, I said this when I signed. When you're here, when you're on a team, you whatever your capacity is, you serve your team the best way you can. And if all 90 guys now, 53 when we pick the team, if all those guys do that, then you got a chance. And so my opportunity here, as a starter, is to serve my team in that capacity. I'm gonna do the best I can. First and foremost is going out on the field and playing, and then beyond that, that's my only focus. And so that the rest of the other stuff, will take care of itself. So it's just focused on playing the best football I can play, because the role that I'm in demands that. When you're in a backup role, when the role is different, your focus day to day is a little different. And so for me right now, my focus is to play as good as football as I can play each day, and help us grow as an offense. And so that's what I'm trying to do.
How did